Hi, it's Sandra here with our weekly video. I'm having a little smile to myself because I'm in these glorious woods. Just look at these, aren't they stunning? Just lovely. And look at the view. I don't know if you can see over there. Look, we can almost see into Liverpool. It's absolutely lovely. And I'm with the dog, with Buddy, our little cocker spaniel, and he's making me laugh because he's running after the pheasants. And he doesn't quite know what to do when he gets there. He sort of stops and goes, "Ooh," and then they fly off, thank goodness. So it makes me smile. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Today I wanted to talk to you about leadership visions and the importance of having a clear vision and clear belief. And it came from, I was prompted to think this through after reading an article by the French president who was talking about the vaccine rollout in Europe and how they have not delivered and not achieved what they said they thought that could happen. And they obviously looking at what we're doing in the UK, which is astonishing, isn't it, if you think about the rollout plan and what we've done so far, with the sheer numbers, millions and millions of people have been vaccinated, and I think in the US as well, but it's not the same in Europe. And he said it's because we doubted we could do it, and I thought that was so interesting. He said we didn't believe that the vaccine supply was ready, we didn't believe that there was enough people, distribution centres, etc., for it to happen. So we didn't set out to make it happen. And isn't that fascinating? And isn't that so true? I guess of all of us can relate to that. You know, how many of us have a big vision or have a gem of an idea that we want to make happen, but we stop ourselves either through our own self-sabotage, our own self-talk, or we stop ourselves because of environmental factors we believe are going to get in the way. And you only have to look at the likes of Bill Gates, a bit of a classic one, isn't it, where he set the intention that every home would have a computer back in a time when there were still these enormous kind of computer banks. We look at things like the man on the moon, etc. So these things were set in their time where people really believed it would happen. They believed it in their hearts. They believed it in their souls, they believed it in every part of their being. Now, it doesn't say it's going to happen tomorrow, that we're going to make it happen right there and then, but there is something innately in our truth that says this is what I want to make happen, and we have to stop listening to our own inner self-sabotage. We're talking about that today actually with some of the members. And we also have to believe in, we don't believe in the rhetoric of people around us. Now, don't get me wrong, you obviously have to be, you have to take everything into account, but imagine having that mindset, which is what if, how could we overcome that? What if we made this happen? What would it be like? And do I really want to, will it make a difference to the planet? Will it make a difference to the world? And if you think about the big visions of the world, they are all about improving mankind and improving each and every one of us to live a bigger and better life. And what if you made that happen for you? You know, what's the big vision that you have? I was listening today to a podcast. You know, I like to listen to different podcasts, and the guy I was listening to is an NLP practitioner or master. In fact, he's a master super highway kind of guy. He's brilliant at the whole way the mind works, and he was sharing some really interesting facts and statistics, including how what we think about comes about. And I do believe that to be true. You know, our thinking, we manifest what we think. You know, whether we don't believe we'll get something, we won't, and if we absolutely believe we will, we will. It's really interesting. And he was talking a lot about the science behind that, but he then said a really interesting thing that resonated with me. And he said that Napoleon Hill, one of the early 1900 gurus, who's written lots of different books, talked about the needs for two things needed to be in place to manifest anything in your life. He said, first of all, you have to have the desire. And I thought that's absolutely true. You know, that desire within, the vision within, the passion within, to really make something happen for you. And just believe, you've got to own it and believe it with every ounce of your soul, which is not always easy, especially if we don't believe we have got the capability. You just have to overcome that. And the second factor, he said, was to have absolute certainty. And I love that. I really love that. It's an unquavering, is that the word? Where did that come from? It's a sense that it will absolutely happen. Just knowing, just as you know when you're going to wake up in the morning, you have to have that certainty within. So the desire for what you want and the certainty to make it happen. And I love that, and I thought that was a really interesting top tip for today. So I would love you over the next few days, the next week, especially as we're getting more sunshine and we're starting to feel a way out of this new norm, or the old way of working, whatever the phrase is. I'd love to encourage you to really think about your vision for you, for your life, but more importantly, what's your vision for the community in which you serve, the organisations in which you work, the big thing you would love to make happen, and start to notice what how you might hold yourself back from doing that, and smile to yourself and think, if I believe this with absolute certainty, then what would it be like? Right, I feel like I'm waffling on now, so I'm going to stop right there. Have a really lovely weekend, won't you? And enjoy daydreaming, and then go make it happen. You take care.